Hey guys, it is that time when we give you guys the biggest bits of movie news each week. I'm your host, Austin Putnam, and let's get started. So, starting off, do you guys remember the Green Hornet superhero and also the film that it got in 2011? Well, apparently it's getting yet another remake, which, yeah, I know, remakes galore these days, seriously. But this time the director is Gavin O'Connor, who's done such films as Miracle, Warrior, and this year's The Accountant. And from what I have read, this version of the Green Hornet is going to be much different than the ones that we've gotten before. So according to Gavin O'Connor, the director, this is what the Green Hornet's going to be like, and I quote, "Batman Upside Down meets Born Inside Out by the Way of American Sniper." Interesting to say the least. I mean, all of those are interesting. Batman, awesome. Jason Bourne, awesome, and American Sniper, that's an interesting combination. Now, I don't know much about Green Hornet. Knowing that Gavin O'Connor is directing this makes me really intrigued to see it, and just from that description alone, I want to see where this goes. Alright, in terms of horror sequel news, the smash hit Don't Breathe is getting a sequel. This was what I was worried about. Don't Breathe is a film I absolutely loved. It came out in late August, directed by Fede Alvarez, who did the remake of Evil Dead, which is personally one of my all-time favorite horror remakes. And Don't Breathe was a very refreshing take on the home invasion genre while switching up everything. If there was a horror film this decade that I wish did not get a sequel, it was this. But from what I've been hearing, it gets me a bit more optimistic because Fede Alvarez is back, which makes me excited. And he has come up with an idea with Sam Raimi. Even Sam Raimi says this is the best sequel idea he has ever heard. That gets me intrigued. Because if you guys have not seen Don't Breathe, I will not spoil it for you, but Don't Breathe, it wraps itself up. And from what I've heard, there was an alternate ending to Don't Breathe that does set up a sequel. And from what I'm getting here, this idea, it might just be setting out from the alternate ending, which I am intrigued to see. But still, I don't know why it's getting a sequel, but the fact that Fede Alvarez is back directing and he hatched this idea with Sam Raimi makes me a bit more optimistic about this. Coming up next, we got some shocking news for you Toy Story fans. So as we all expected, Toy Story 3, as we thought, was the finale of the Toy Story franchise, or the trilogy as we thought it would be. That final shot, in my eyes, was the perfect way to end the Toy Story trilogy. But apparently, what we knew was not true at all. According to Andrew Stanton, who apparently has written or co-written all the films of the Toy Story franchise, has revealed that Toy Story 3 was never supposed to be the real ending. What? I really feel like that there was no other place they could take Toy Story, but apparently they have come up with such a great idea, but they're pushing it back to further develop it. And coming from Andrew Stanton, who said this, "Nobody is harder on us about making a great Toy Story movie than we are. We know what it feels like to hit the bullseye, and that's part of the reason we've delayed it, so that we can really nail it. I know there's a lot of concern about why a fourth, but the truth is, we always had the intention of continuing." God, hearing that quote just makes me feel like everything I knew was a lie. I don't want there to be a sequel, but Andrew Stanton, who did direct Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, unfortunately he also directed John Carter. But knowing he did co-write the previously Toy Story films makes me a tad bit more optimistic, but still, I don't want them to continue this. I really don't. Just give us Incredibles 2 already. And going to our final bit of today, so do you guys remember Wedding Crashers? Yeah, that great comedy that came out years ago. Well, apparently, it's getting a sequel. Really? I really don't know what to say about this. I loved Wedding Crashers. I thought it was a great and a really funny comedy, but does it really need a sequel, guys, in Hollywood? Guys, out there, to producers, to the director, to the stars, to everyone out there. Does this really need a sequel? For I've been hearing, thanks to my pals over at the Schmoes Know Show, at the Schmoes Know podcast, they've been saying that it's gonna be more of a couples thing, where the couples, you know, Vince Vaughn and Isla Fisher, along with Rachel McAdams, I believe, and Owen Wilson, are gonna go crash weddings as couples. Where can you go with that idea? Seriously, I have no idea where you can go with that. It just sounds way too gimmicky, honestly. I don't want a gimmicky film. Just leave Wedding Crashers as it was, seriously. I might be speaking too soon, who knows. Wedding Crashers 2 could blow my mind, but as I am sitting here right now thinking about it, I don't know what the hell they can do about this film. And that does it for today's news video. Sorry if this was a bit of a short video today, guys. I always try and look for the news stories that always look the most interesting, the ones that stood out to me the very most, and these four were the ones that just struck out to me like a bulb of... Wait, where was I going with that? Anyways, you guys get the point where I'm going with this. Comment down, let me know below, guys, which story stood out to you guys the very most. For me, it's the Toy Story news, because I truly thought we were done, but apparently not. And if you guys enjoyed this news video, please like and share. It helps us out a ton. And please subscribe to see more from FlickDirect as we do videos 2 to 3 days a week. And as always, until next Friday, we will see you guys next week. Have a good weekend, guys.